We start with 1 hour chart. If we refer to our analysis in my last video, since the price was within this move, exactly within this correction, we mentioned if we want to look for trade for buy, the only way is if we consider this one as a flat with the entry above the top. Okay, that's why I mentioned if the price reverse move as a sharp move, we can take the trade. If not, we are not going to take the trade because we can expect this one turn to a deeper move. Okay, as we can see the price drop and we didn't get the trade setup. This is the reason, as I mentioned, we have to wait for the trade setup. At least put our entry above the top, because if anyone bought within this move, even if they put this one as a correction relative to this move, this is what we get. Because nowadays the way the market is moving, they're within with a big correction, and even sometimes we see the, I mean, the way they're reversing, it doesn't give us a really good trade setup. That's why we need to be really careful when we have this kind of the situation for the market. We have seen mostly every time we get the big down move, big drop, we will see this kind of the situation in the market. Is whether we call it the manipulate or not, we cannot confirm with that, but the only thing is we are within the correction. We need to see the breakout of the correction. And every times we have this kind of the move, with this kind of the situation, any trade within the bigger correction, we consider as a short-term trade. That's why we are not going to keep the trade mostly if we are looking for buying. Okay. And as we can see, almost we are within this correction for a long time. We need to see the breakout of this. Okay, almost the price is at the lowest. Whether this one can drop some more, yes, we cannot buy simply we see as the, like we consider it a cheap. We have to wait for the trade setup. We need to see the breakout of this, and mostly if the price is going to move, that's mean we're going to, the price is going to reverse, we can expect to get the reversal as a sharp move. That's why we try to get any trade setup based on lower time frame. If it's not moving in our direction, we just let it go. I mean, we take out the trade. If not, if it's going, it's good for us. At least move our stop loss to break even and keep the trade. But buying without the stop loss is not really good idea. That's mean if we want to look for trade, we should get a trade setup and we should know what's the risk and reward. Okay, and as I mentioned, we try to look for the trade setup for buy. And if it's not moving, we just take out the trade, because mostly if the uh, when we see this kind of the deep correction, if it start to move, the next move can be quite sharp. Even sometimes we cannot get really good trade setup. That's why we try to see to trade within the correction. And if we get any trade setup, we just trade it. And if it's not moving, just take out the trade. Okay, and as what we can see based on the forward chart, as we can see, almost the price is at the lowest. Okay, and even if you put this low in relative to the previous one, if you refer to the indicators, we see we have a divergence. And as well here, okay, what does it mean by divergence? We can look for the reversal, but we don't see any trade setup yet. Okay, even technically we can put this one as an internal correction, the first correction and the last. Okay, technically what we want here, if we get any trade setup for buy, we'll take the trade. But based on forward chart, we don't see any trade setup. And if I move to 1 hour chart, even based on 1 hour chart, we don't see any trade setup. And even if we refer to the indicators, we see we have a divergence. That's why we need to be quite careful if we want to look for trade. Okay, and if we get any trade, we consider as a short term, similar to what we get here. Whoever get the trade from here by either by having entry above this or any of the above the correction, after they get this down sharp move, if they haven't taken the trade after they see this correction, and right now at least they should take out the trade in the break even. That means they shouldn't keep the trade if they get from here. And even right now from here, we try to look for trade, but if we get any trade, if it move in our direction, just move our stop loss into break even and let it go. If there is no continuation, we take out the trade. Okay, how to look for trade from here? The only thing is either we wait for the sharp move correction, then from there we take the trade, or we put our entry either above here or above the top. But how about if the price tag and drop? Then it depends on the trader. So whether they can take the risk and they can manage or not. Okay, but right now if we want to look for trade, either we put our entry above here, which is around 0.034. Okay, if I just adjust it here, all right, move a bit higher, a bit here with the exact value will be 0.00342. Okay, also we can have entry above here, but which one to put, it depends on the traders. That means any trade either from here or here, but mostly we probably try to put our entry above the top. Okay, again it depends on the traders, either we put our entry above either at 0.00342 or 0.00336. Okay, because what we want, in case the price sharply reverse and we want the price tag break and continue, if the price tag we see is not moving within the first or maximum second hours, we take with the trade. This is the only way we can look for trade, or we wait for the reversal as a sharp move flag, we take the trade. Okay, technically we prefer to put our entry above this. This is the best because almost the price broke the previous low. This is the reasons, but we should know that simply the price can tag and drop. Okay, that's why it depends on the traders how they can manage it and how they can look for trade. But if we move to forward chart, we see where is the prices almost at the lowest. Okay, it doesn't mean the price cannot break and continue. It can, but for sure, if you get any reversal in terms of the risk and reward, it can give us a really good trade setup. That's why if we want to look for trade, either we put our entry above the top or above here, any of them, and we put our stop loss a bit lower than this one, maybe somewhere around 0.0032. Okay, above around here. Then again, what we want the price sharply break and continue the price tag. This is not moving within the first or maximum second hours, we take with the trade. Okay. Anyway, we don't have a really good trade setup, and any trade is a short term again. And in this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any update or trade setup, I will share. Thanks.